Do you want to try one of them on? So, what we've got... It's because they're built for, obviously, unisex, so they're built for women as well, so it might feel like it's going to be in there. Today, we are doing the wrapping for our Christmas projects. This is our second year. We started this Christmas project back in 2020 because there were so many children that were clinically extremely vulnerable who couldn't visit Santa. We had so many parents contact me saying that their children felt like they'd been naughty and why couldn't they visit Santa, something they've always done every Christmas. And because of COVID, those that were clinically vulnerable just couldn't risk that for their children. So we decided that we would bring Christmas to them by providing a free gift delivered by elves. And it really worked, it really took off. Last year we delivered over 1,500 presents all over Middlesbrough and surrounding areas. Obviously we've got the new COVID variant this year as well, which is disconcerting to families that were shielding last year. But we also have a lot of families with disabilities that find it very difficult to go out and visit Santa. Families with disabled children in wheelchairs, for example. One family we visit has 3 children that all require use of a wheelchair, and they have 2 parents. So things like that make it very, very difficult for somebody to go and visit a traditional Santa. So just bringing a little bit of Christmas magic to their door makes all the difference for a lot of children.
I'm Sarah Prudhoe, I'm from Sunshine Sign. I've been asked to come here today on behalf of Pip to deliver some Christmas presents to a little boy called Luke. Luke's deaf and I'm really looking forward to using my sign language skills to communicate with him today. Obviously thinking about the time of year and breaking down those barriers and showing that there's obviously Christmas is inclusive. I'm really excited, can't wait to meet him.
Hi. Have you been good? I'll be checking.
So obviously we cater for families with disabilities. We'll have some children that are neurodiverse. We'll have some children with neurological disabilities or developmental delays. So it's picking a book that they can all enjoy or a present that they can all enjoy. For example, one of our families, dad is blind, but his son can see. So for dad, when he wants to read a book to his son, he can't. So we have audiobooks, but also we have these amazing books provided by Middlesbrough Read that are actually in Braille. So we've got ones for younger children, like the shapes books that like show you all the shapes. And then we've got books for older children about tractors and being on the move. So it's great for dad to be able to read the book to his son, and then because it's also visual, son can see. I know how hard it is living with a disability. It can be very isolating for families. I suffered for many years when I became disabled with depression and anxiety, and I still suffer with anxiety now today. It took me a long time to come to terms with the fact that this was going to be my life going forward. And as I got over the grief of becoming disabled and, found a new path in life, I decided that I needed to do something. I need to do something to keep my mind active. I need to do something to feel like I have a purpose. And through, projects and helping other people, I feel like I've found that purpose, and I really enjoy it. Even when I forget to do things, even when, things like this, but life gets in the way. I had a couple of infections last month. I really struggled with depression last month. A lot of families that we delivered to are also, overcoming barriers, and that gives me a huge connection to them. I think I have learned a lot without getting into politics, and there's nothing I feel there's nothing I can do about the wider problem. All I can do is see problems and try and fix them for individual families, to families that are local to me, to families that rely on me for support. As I learn and as we go from project to project, we get to know the families locally even more. We get to put more support in place. So this year, for example, when families have applied to this project, I've also asked them how they feel about, feeding their family this winter. Do they feel worried about it? Very worried? Do they feel okay about it? Do they feel good about it? I've also asked if all of their children have a coat, if they feel okay about heating their house this winter, and I'm also asking them at the minute if their children have a bed, if their children have a duvet, if they have a duvet set. The results from that are so alarming. I think when I started, these bigger projects at the beginning of last year, I wasn't aware of how much poverty we live in Teesside, how, just round the corner there is 3 children sharing a bed that don't own a duvet, that just have a couple of blankets, that don't have a sheet on the mattress, for example. And for those children, they just don't, and they don't know any different. So, by befriending these families, by supporting these families, we get to know them and we get to know where they actually need support, and I learn from that every day. Every new family that comes through the door, every new referral, I learn what our community needs. I really believe in volunteering. The things it's done for me is absolutely amazing. I was just really struggling with life, and through volunteering, it's given back my self-confidence. It's given me some self-worth. I feel better about myself. I get out into the community, I meet people. I'm not isolated at home anymore like I was. And I think that's really important. And I think that a lot of people nowadays don't volunteer. And I think that's what the community is really missing. A lot of people are very socially isolated. Everybody can volunteer. There is a role out there for everybody. Everybody could do something in their community to make our community a better place.